Hey, and welcome back to another episode of The Chef's Table. I'm Chef Evelyn, and I am a culinary brand strategist that specializes in helping chefs live, cook, and work on their own terms. And in today's video, I want to talk about 4 must-haves for charging higher prices in your food business. Now, if it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. Welcome to our little corner of the internet. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. And if you like what you hear and you end up being hungry for more, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you've been here before, well, welcome back. Listen, that means you like what we've been serving up and you came back for another helping. Listen, I want to talk about 4 must-haves when it comes to charging premium prices in your food business. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you're offering personal or private services, those are premium services, and premium services and products need to have premium pricing, right? And so I want to talk to you about 4 must-haves that you need to have in order to do this effectively and easily and seamlessly, right? So the first thing that you need to have is you need to have confidence that that you are worth what you're worth, right? And a lot of people say, charge your worth, demand your worth and all that. And it's like, right. And if I knew how to do that easily, I would have done it already. And so one of the things that I did recently was I created this training called the High-End Culinary Brand Masterclass, how to charge premium prices in your food business. But one of the sections that I specifically wanted to put in there was how to have the confidence to charge premium prices, because that's probably one of the biggest hurdles I see people face when they want to kind of move into a higher end business model. They want to charge premium prices. They want to, have a different kind of clientele, things like that. And they really struggle with having the confidence to ask for that new number, right? To share that new rate. And, I don't think it's just as simple as just charge your worth. You're worth it, charge it. I find that when people told me to do that, it failed miserably, right? I needed to really understand what went into having the confidence, right? Because people would just be like, well, have confidence, charge your worth, and it's like, well, right, but how though? And so I go through and I talk about what all goes into having the confidence to charge premium prices. But I think it's a must-have, right? Because if you don't have confidence in your prices, then that will kind of translate to your potential client or customer, and it won't go over well. They won't be able to put their finger on it, but if you don't feel good about what you're charging, they won't feel good about it either, whether it's too high or too low, right? So the first thing that you need to have is confidence. The second thing you need to have after confidence, and again, this is probably one of the biggest mindset hurdles. So the first 2 things are mindset, and the second 2 things are very tangible. The second thing is the belief that people will actually pay you higher prices. And I think that I know that because I've been in the higher end side of food. I've worked in high-end gourmet retail. I've worked in culinary research and development. I've run cooking schools, award-winning cooking schools where we charge premium prices. I've charged premium prices in my own business as a chef. I charge premium prices in my own business as a culinary brand strategist, right? That I've seen people pay for higher price things very easily, even in other industries. People are buying luxury items all day, every day. People are paying for high-end services all day, every day. People are driving luxury cars. People are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to live in homes, right? So people are paying for what they want all the time. And so, after having the confidence that you're worth what you're worth, right, and the prices that you've decided to set, I think you need to have the belief, actually, I know you need to have the belief that people will actually pay you for that. Because it's one thing to know, I'm worth this, is another thing to believe that people will actually pay you that worth, right? And so, having the belief comes from experiencing it. It's so interesting because one of the things that I typically do when people come to work with me one-on-one is very early in the process is I usually have them increase their prices, right? I have them increase their prices, and they're always taken aback when they're able to book a new client at those increased rates. Like they're always amazed. You know, now obviously I tell people you can't just be out here willy-nilly increasing your prices. Like there are things that go into charging premium prices, but like I know that they need that belief, right? That yes, somebody will pay them, right? Because sometimes we can look at other people and go, oh, well, I can see why people will pay them that, or I can see why that person is able to command those prices. But sometimes we struggle to see it in ourselves. And it's like, but once you experience it, you can't unsee it. Like once somebody pays you that rate, you can't unsee it. You can't unfeel it. You can't unknow it, right? So having the belief that people will pay you once you have the confidence to even ask for those prices, okay? So the next thing you need is you need a robust brand experience. You need a high-end experience that goes in line with those high-end prices. So it kind of like, this piggybacks off of my previous point, which is, you know, people watch my videos and they go out there and they just go, yep, I'm about to increase my prices. And I'm just like, silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. You cannot just be out here willy-nilly, haphazardly increasing your prices because you got amped up because you watched a video, right? There is a formula. There's a step-by-step process of what goes into being able to charge premium prices. And if you go out here and you just try to increase your prices and you don't partner that with this high-end brand experience, you're going to create buyer's remorse, right? And I feel like buyer's remorse is almost worse than somebody having like a bad experience, right? Because people will tell you if they've had a bad experience with your brand. What they won't tell you is if it was just lackluster, right? They won't tell you like, I mean, it was fine, but it wasn't great. They just won't buy from you again. They just won't book your services again. They just won't recommend you, right? They'll just be like, I mean, it was cool for what it was, but for what it wasn't that cool. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you know what movie that is from, right? Like it was cool for what it was, right? And so if, you know, I always say, yes, I am a fan. I encourage people to encourage their prices, but not just randomly. Yes, there are people on their net. You need to increase your prices. You need to charge your worth, right? And you also need to make sure that the products and your services match that price point. Okay. And if you don't know what it takes, like it's not just I'm putting more food on the plate or I'm just giving people extra more than what they asked for, or, you know, I'm just using more expensive ingredients, or I just made a prettier label, or I just put it in a more expensive packaging. It's so much more than that, right? So you need to have this comprehensive high-end brand experience to go with your premium prices. And then the last thing is you need to know what goes into that high-end brand experience, right? So if you don't know what that is and you've been out here just charging people higher prices and it's kind of made you uneasy because you're like, well, I don't really know what they're getting. Like, yeah, I'm charging them a higher price, but I don't really feel good about it, or it makes me a little uneasy or unsure about it. And that's because you don't really understand why you're charging what you're charging. You just got excited and you were like, yep, I'm about to increase my prices, right? Or this is what somebody told me to charge, so I'm charging it, but I've always been a little uneasy, and yeah, I've gotten a couple people to pay it, but it still doesn't feel good to me. And that's because you may not have a full understanding of what goes into a high-end culinary brand that allows you to charge premium prices with ease, right? And so listen, if you're looking for like, okay, I need to know what goes into that because, you know, I'm working on the belief, you know, I really do want to be really solid in my confidence. I do want to offer people this high-end brand experience because I don't want people to have buyer's remorse. Then I would encourage you to grab my masterclass, the High-End Culinary Brand Masterclass, where it's all about how to charge premium prices in your food business, because it's going to walk you through everything that needs to be in place for you to have that high-end brand experience, right? So with that being said, let me know in the comments below, what are some things that you think, if you do charge premium prices in your business, that people need to include in their business? And or if are these things that you've thought about, right? Or do you know that you are executing a high-end brand experience? And if not, let me know what questions you have about that. So gonna keep it nice and short and sweet today because I know some of my videos recently have been fairly long, but your girl is chatty sometimes, okay, when I do these videos. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.